who's guarding Kamala today.
Okay.
Isn't that awesome?
That's awesome. Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
officer. Oh, Goodman.
Yeah.
Officer Goodman's protecting Harris.
They said they have
Oh, that's great.
Capitol officers. They said if you notice, guarding, Harris is the guy that led them all in a different direction up the steps. And I was like, oh, I got goosebumps.
That's awesome. Alexa, play "Hail to the Chief" again.
Hail to the Chief, a U.S. Marine band, on repeat, on Amazon.
On repeat, do it all day, baby. Hail to the Chief, hail to the Chief, if you don't, I'm gonna have to kill. That's from a movie. Okay, here we are. Alexa, that's enough of that shit. Alexa, off. Today's the day of January 20th, 2021, a day that I've been waiting for about 4 years. And it's a day that it's finally here. It's going. Alexa, how much time till noon? Alexa, how much time till noon?
Noon is in 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 23 seconds.
1 hour, 26 minutes until this is all over.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, but it's okay, baby. Don't you worry about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the inauguration. Why watch the inauguration with CNN, Fox News, all that garbage? Why watch it with that when you can watch it with me? It's only the most historic inauguration of all time, so why not spend it with a goofball YouTuber? I was watching the news already. Oh, by the way, if it is, I don't know how else to say it. It's going to get very political today. So you might get some editorial. So if you don't want to hear any political editorials, I would recommend not watching this. But also, it's the inauguration. Why wouldn't you expect it to be political? Okay, so let's go to, we're going to type in breaking news. All right, this is my Walter Concrete. I don't say that right. Breaking news. Okay, so let's see. We got NBC Now. That's not NBC News. This is we're going to go to not CNBC. No. Come on. Live breaking news live. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, wow. I don't even look at this. I don't even know what that is. Oh, right there. What's up with these guys? Why are they number 2? Oh, no, I touched them. Uh-oh. Why is that the number 2 thing to show up in my library? Oh, boy. Okay, here we go. Swearing in. We're gonna watch the president-elect's feed.
Elbow to elbow, folks in there, just like the early House and Senate.
Okay.
Actually, national.
So all the dignitaries are coming. They're coming in. They're sitting down, and they're getting ready. We got an hour and a half. I saw that slimeball Ted Cruz. He's there with his fucking mask on. I hate that guy. So he's there. I think that's all. Oh, Cory Booker's there with the girl from Clerks 2. I think Rosario Dawson. Donald Trump has already left the White House. He flew in a helicopter. Oh, no. Yeah, no. He flew to a helicopter to an Air Force base, gave a rally. And this, nobody's watching. He gave a rally. And not many supporters of his were able to go. They had tickets. If you had a ticket to the Donald Trump's final speech, for every ticket you had, you were allowed to bring in 5 guests. Now the Biden inauguration, I was actually going to go to Washington. I was going to go to Washington today. And I was talking to a few people. My cousin lives in Washington, and I decided not to go. I just in case if a civil war does break out, I don't want to be there. You know how that goes. Let's try ABC News.
And it's so
All
hard,
right.
Leah, to get those images out of our mind, to see these Capitol
There they are.
overrun.
Okay, that's
Again, just 2 weeks ago, there's Steve Scalise.
Steve Scalise. I don't know who that is.
Republican whip.
Oh, it's going to be so cool to have people in. I can't wait not to watch the news. I cannot wait to not watch the news again. I cannot wait to just watch the Daily Show and get my news off the Daily Show. Oh, it's been such a long. I'm so tired. The last 4 years have been so draining. For me, and I'm sure for more than half the country. You know, I don't like the fact that people are saying, well, 74 million people voted for Donald Trump. We got to cater to them. Well, more people voted for fucking Hillary Clinton. Nobody catered to us at all. We took it up the ass for the last 4 years. So, that was tough for me as a Democrat to watch the last 4 years. Also, if you're a sane American, I think the last 4 years should have been tough for you. That shit that happened on January 6th.
And that's what makes the inaugural speech such a challenge, such an additional challenge right now. So I want to bring Michael Walden back in.
Heather,
Ted Sorensen, John Kennedy,
I
celebrated speechwriters.
can you fly your flag around? You want to hear a sad story, Heather? I'll tell you. It's just me and you, so me and you could just talk for a second. I went to Foreman Mills the other day, and you know how I wear those Captain America masks? I have like 3 or 4 of them. I rotate them. I can't wear masks because my back of my ear is sensitive. The little guys are tender back there. Here, you be quiet for a second, News. So I bought some American flag ones. They were on clearance at Foreman Mills, and I bought a bunch of them for $2. And the other day, my kid had to go catch the bus, and I said, "Oh, here, take this." And he didn't want to wear the American flag one because he said people are going to think he was a Trump supporter. And I was like, wow, people are ashamed to fly the American flag. People are ashamed to wear the American flag. And I'm sure people are going to feel that way today, but they're idiots. And Mrs. Captain said to me, wow, he's embarrassed of his country and he's only a kid. And that's a sad thing to see. Flying the flag again? I don't know. If you want to fly the flag again, sure, fly the flag again. I'll tell you, it was tough to stand for the national anthem when I worked at the Philly Stadium, and that was just, it's tough to stand and respect something that you don't really respect at that time, and it was very, very tough for me, very, very tough for me, and a lot of people. It's very, very. When Donald Trump got, thank you, Joey. How you doing, buddy? When Donald Trump got inaugurated 4 years ago today, when he won the election, I actually had this thing, kind of like a Trump supporter went through this election. I had this thing in December of 2016. I said, well, when they got to vote the Electoral College, they're going to say, listen, we can't have the game show guy run the country, right? I really thought this. And I said, well, we can't have the game show guy run the country, can we? And they didn't do that. They didn't do that. So that's when this election, when they were talking about the Trump supporters, the Trump people changing the Electoral College, I knew that wasn't going to be a thing. But the second, when he became president, when he got before his inauguration, it really didn't hit me that he was going to be president. It didn't. I also thought when he was going to be president, I thought he was going to let Mike Pence do everything because he just liked giving speeches. But I don't know what the fuck happened the last 4 years. So he's gone. So anyway, the day he got inaugurated, I was at Boyd's where I got this sport coat. And I was on the first floor, and I was watching. On the first floor, we had CNN on the TVs, and I was down there, and I was watching Trump get sworn in, and that's when it hit me. I was like, "Uh-oh, this is going to be tough." So I knew it was going to be tough from jump, and then it took me like a few weeks to get out of that slump I was in because it was scary, and it just feels. I don't know. The country's more divided than it's ever been. I don't give a shit. And people I blame for the divisiveness in this country are people like Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, who just only talk about one side. Never. Have you ever seen them agree with a Democrat ever? Isn't that odd? Doesn't that seem odd? And the fact that Rush Limbaugh won a Medal of Freedom, whatever the fuck it was, what an embarrassment. Fuck Pence and his legacy. Anybody who did anything with this administration, history books, 20 years from now, are going to talk about how the army had to protect the president-elect because the president got a bunch of people riled up 14 days prior, and he didn't go. You know, there's going to be 2 nuclear footballs for the first time ever, because Trump isn't there for the peaceful transition because he's a sore loser. He's in Florida, so usually it's pretty simple when the president is a selfish asshole. They just the guy with the nuclear football, just Donald Trump's here, he would just take a step over to Joe Biden. But because Donald Trump's a crybaby, that's not happening. And also, Joe Biden had to fly in on a private plane to do this yesterday. Our president-elect had to fly in on a private plane because the current president wouldn't let him get a plane. What a douche. What a douche. Donald Trump was Howard Stern's best guest, and I felt that way before he was. And that was the thing, too, I thought. I said, why did anybody hear his Howard Stern interviews? Why is he president? And then Howard Stern kind of hid his interviews and then released the book after he became elected. And I thought that was kind of a cash grab by Howard.
George W. Bush became president after a disputed election back in 2001. He knew there was great division. There were great protests in the streets. Talk about how you all thought about that.
Oh, I don't think Pence's legacy will be the fly on the head. I think Pence's legacy will be people tried to kill him 2 weeks ago. And the reason why they tried to kill him was because his boss said, hey, go to that building and storm that building. And that guy who almost had him killed, he didn't invoke the 25th Amendment. I think that's going to be his legacy. The fact that he did. But Pence will be at the inauguration, which is good. It doesn't do anything because people who support Trump paid him, so it's not going to do any. People figure the nation's going to heal. It's not going to heal overnight. I don't think it's ever going to heal. I'll be honest with you. I think people are going to be. I think people are going to be full of hate, and people are never going to see eye to eye. I know personally, when I tell people I'm a Democrat, people get like, so it was never that way before. But people see the word liberal as like an insult, and it's just a political belief. Your beliefs are liberal.
Knew that it was an important point for him to bring the country.
Who's this?
Really, his best opportunity to bring the country together.
President Trump is that second impeachment trial is likely to begin within days of this inauguration.
So the band's practicing. I saw a video of this band practicing 2 days ago, and they were practicing while Trump was in the White House. I'm sure that had to get to him hearing that band play.
You're well aware that you have these two monumentous things colliding. Joe Biden trying to get to work, eager to show the nation that he can get to work on his agenda. At the exact same time that Washington and Congress is likely to be consumed with the Senate trial of President Trump. Now, we know Biden and Mitch McConnell have been discussing, how to share the day, essentially, if there's a way so that Biden...
Why share the day with...
Get Congress to consider his nominees, for instance, and then in the afternoons...
Oh, I don't...
hold the Senate trial, but
Oh, I don't respect... I don't think... Yeah, Melania wasn't much of a first lady, was she? I mean, I don't know. She had that thing, Be Best, which was about bullying, which is hilarious because her stupid husband was tweeting people names all day. By the way, I saw a thing that people disinformation was down by on like media websites by a huge percentage because Trump wasn't tweeting lies. So that was good to see. I don't know if he gets it. I don't think Twitter's going to let him back on. So. And by the way, he enjoyed that way too much. Who enjoys Twitter that much? He tweeted over 15,000 times. He spent I think it's over 200 days at a golf course. And I believe he did say he was never going to play golf as president. Well, let me see if I can find it. Oh, we could play Alexa. Hold on. Oh, this is like real news. Look, I'm typing in. I will not play golf as president. Here we go. Here we go. Listen to this.
Obama ought to get off the golf course.
He played more golf last year than Tiger Woods.
Because I'm going to be working for you. I'm not going to have time to go play golf.
You hear this shit?
I don't have time for that. I love golf. I think it's one of the greats, but I don't have time.
And I love golf. But if I were in the White House, I just want to stay in the White House and work.
I think he played golf more than any president in the history of golf. And he played it on his own golf course, which the Secret Service had to buy rooms at, and they didn't give him a deal. They charged the Secret Service a little bit. I think they said they charged them a little bit more. Yeah. So that was, he played a lot of golf. Well, yeah, she didn't have, and also a thing about Melania is I think I saw her naked, right? I think I saw her. Let me see. Melania Trump nude. I'm almost certain. Yeah. Okay. Oh, well. Okay, so I definitely saw Melania's Trump's nipples right now. So that's good. I remember when Mrs. Obama, Michelle, she wore a short sleeve dress and her arms were shown. And people were saying, ooh, that's too much. I definitely just saw her pussy. Well, how about that? Let's see. Look. Oh, so I was thinking about let's talk about some of Trump's little scandals. The first thing is the stupid wall. Remember when he said Mexico was going to pay for the wall? Turns out Mexico didn't pay for the wall. And also, he talked about how he got 450 miles of new wall built. That's not true. There was a lot of fences and walls, like barriers that were already built, and they were falling apart. He rebuilt them, and he added, I think, like 50 miles of new wall. Oh, here they come. I gotta watch the news. There they come! Oh.
And all these folks were seeing
how happy must they be?
their home.
Oh, great.
They have memories here going back years, familiar faces around.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 43rd President of the United States, the Honorable George W. Bush and Mrs. Laura Bush.
Here they come.
The Bushes
One thing I will say I'm disappointed in about the old presidents, they treated Trump like a regular president, and they did not come out and
There is a tree planted to President Bush on the house side of the
and they never really came out and spoke out against him that much. Obama didn't, Bush didn't, and GW's lost. There he is. That's my guy. That's the last Republican I voted for.
Think about the early ones.
And he's also the reason why I left the Republican Party. So, but he's, I don't think he's inordinately evil. I just think he's a little dopey. Oh, here comes the fucking Supreme Court that got stacked because of the game show host. Remember back in 2016 when the one person resigned and Mayor Garland was supposed to go in, and they said, nah, you gotta wait a year. And then those jerk-off scumbags forced in, whatever that bitch is, Barrett, forced her in fucking 8 days. Fuck them. Dirty motherfuckers. I fucking hate them. You know why they did that? Because they were trying to steal the fucking election.
Our justices in their robes coming down. It's my understanding that they gathered.
Hard to believe Bush Jr. came out a little more respectful. Yeah, he did come out a little bit more respectful. Let's put it this way. Bush came out with a book when, oh, here they come. Oh. Oh, I love him. It's going to be cool not to... I have people that talk to me from all around the world because of this stupid YouTube channel. And then people like send... People are like, what's he... Is it really... Like, people think automatically, because he's president, everybody loves him. And no, it's not like that at all. Here they come. Who are these guys? This looks like the IT squad. Here they come.
The Chief Justice of the United States, the Honorable John G. Roberts Jr., and the Associate Justices of the Supreme Court.
Justice Sotomayor will be doing the swearing in later for VP-elect Harris.
When you hear something, I blame Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the Supreme Court. She should have retired 5 years ago. I don't give a fuck. People. She gets me, and when I see pictures of her, I get angry. I'm like, you mother, you could have done this. Obama was in there 8 years. You had to stay in. You had to stay in. It scares me, this court, because I really think men should have no say in what women do with their bodies. It's insane to even think that we should even have an option to what women do with their bodies. It's insane. I think Bush let the economy eat itself. Nah, Joe, that's not true, because what do you call it? The economy tanked a few months before that election, and honestly, Obama saved the auto industry, and he did a few other things. It made Obama look good, but the economy sucked. But you fix, it's going to collapse again. It's going to collapse within the next. That's something that's going to happen. I don't even understand economics, but you don't go up to 30,000, whatever that means. I've never seen that number before, but I do know it was at 8,000 not that long ago. How does it go up that high? I don't know. And I don't get how it's that high, and every small business owner I know is going out of business or is barely getting by. Let's find another goofball Trump controversy. Oh, remember when he said John McCain, he likes his heroes not to get caught? How is that not the end? How is Trump not shitting on John McCain? How did it get past that? I like that. Oh, the guy who lived in the tiger cage, and he could have left, but he stayed because he was there with his boys and he stayed with his guys. Oh, you get the shit on him? Okay. Oh, that offended me as a Democrat. It should have offended anybody who was an American, be honest. Yeah. I haven't worked in my job. Well, my job's good. I don't know if my job's going to be open, but I didn't work at all last year. I mean, but this is technically a hobby. Um, but the stadiums were all closed. All the stadiums were closed. Nobody played sports in front of people. It's crazy, right? There he is. There's Bill. I don't like him. I don't like Bill Clinton one bit. I think he's a sleazeball. See? I'm going to bring the nation together. Bill Clinton's a sleazeball, and I'm a Democrat. What do you think of that? I also don't like Hillary that much. And I also blame her for Trump's presidency because they stacked the election against Bernie, and Hillary got all those stupid superdelegates, and they forced Hillary on the American people and not have a fair election. And so, yeah, I blame the Democrats for Donald Trump, too. Look at that.
All right, so the Biden children and grandchildren about to step out of the chute and out onto the platform.
I bet you're not getting essential pay, Joe. My daughter works at a supermarket. She was getting essential pay when the virus started in March. And now that more people have the virus than any time ever, it's not hazardous. And my ex-wife, who doesn't live with me, had coronavirus a few months ago, and my daughter went and got tested, and she came back negative, thank God. And her work, which is a supermarket, let her work, even though somebody in her house had coronavirus. I don't think that's a way to fucking do it. And because you can get a COVID test, and you can wait a few days, and they're not accurate. Yeah, that's good. As long as you're safe. The supermarket. Here they come. Who are these people? Oh, the grandchildren. Uh-oh. By the way, when you saw when they had that thing when the Saturday they announced Biden getting the win, and they had like a little thing on the stage in Delaware, and Biden was holding his baby grandson, and he was like fucking hugging it and kissing it while the fireworks were going. I don't think I saw Trump hug a baby or kiss a baby, especially his own grandchildren. I was like, God. And then he gave a speech yesterday, and he was talking about, there was an Irish poet who said, when I die, Dublin will be written on my heart. And he said, when I die, they're going to put Delaware on my heart. And then I saw people on this Fox News website saying, oh, he forgot about us in Pennsylvania. Listen. He's 100 years old. He spent 80 years in fucking Delaware. Get over yourself. A lot of spaces. The balcony is empty. Why am I describing? Oh, maybe you're a blind person, and this is how you're watching the inauguration. Well, there's a lot of spaces. 2 seats here. Another bunch of... the whole row. They have a row. They built the podium like they always do. And there's like 4 people per row instead of like 8 people or 12 people per row. Uh-oh, who's this? Oh, here comes this jerk off, Flyhead. Uh-oh, he's there with his mother. Fun fact, Mike Pence cannot be in a room with a woman by himself.
Just behind those steps is actually the spot where they were meant to.
I don't know what he thinks happens when you're in a room with a woman by yourself. If you act like a person with respect and they're a person with respect, nobody's going to get killed. I don't know. I don't know what he's afraid of. He can't control his urges? He's going to sexually hit on somebody? I don't think so.
Soon there'll be an announcement for everybody to be seated, but not yet.
All right, let's read another one of goofball controversies. Oh, how about... Isn't it going to be nice? Oh, no, first off, the president of the United States is going to have a Twitter account that's going to be open. Twitter will open the president's Twitter account at noon. Isn't that nice not to have a president who's in social media jail because he tweets like an asshole? Isn't that going to be... It's going to be so good to be normal and not.
Accompanying the Vice President, the Secretary of the Senate, the Honorable Julie E. Adams, and Chief Administrative Officer of the House of Representatives, Catherine Spindor.
I don't know these people. Nobody's clapping. Julie Spindor, I don't know who she is.
We got the Secretary of the Senate, Chief Administrative Officer of the Senate. They're accompanying Vice
Should we watch it? Let's see. See what NBC News. Hey, look, we gotta stop this. NBC News. Trump is landing in Florida. We gotta, we gotta say as not we. I'm not media, but the media's gotta realize he's not president no more. Anything you do, anytime you film him, you're just feeding into his ego. And he doesn't have social media. He doesn't really have a platform to speak on unless he talks to the media. So I think if he starts talking about the election was stolen or any kind of goofball conspiracy bullshit, the media should make a call. And you're going to have those goofballs like OAN and Newsmax, all those nutty channels. They'll still follow him. I think he's going to start his own network. That's what they said. And that you know what? That might be dangerous too. I bet you that doesn't get picked up by every cable provider. I guarantee you it doesn't. Just put up my flag. The first time in 4 years, I'm proud to be an American today. Heather, thank you. That's nice to hear that you're proud to be an American again. I still got... Alexa, how much time till news? How much time till noon?
Sorry, I don't know that.
How much time... Alexa, how much time till noon?
There are no timers set.
Oh, you bitch. Alexa, how much time till noon?
Noon is in 55 minutes and 28 seconds.
That's how long I gotta wait. I'm watching NBC News. I like to watch the networks during events. If you watch like CNN and MSNBC or Fox News, they kind of throw in like opinions. But like if you watch NBC, ABC News, they're pretty factual, I find. I know everybody, if most people on the right think the media is completely liberal biased, and I don't think that's necessarily true. CNN and MSNBC, it is, I think. Oh, I wonder if Michelle Obama and George W. Bush are going to share candy. That's their little thing they do because they sit next to each other for events. Oh, here he comes. Dopey. Look at that. Yo, she did an outfit change. Melania did an outfit change since the last time I saw her. And that's it. All right, spray down the Air Force. Look at this stupid wave. Spray down the Air Force One. That's it. Next fucking people on there, they're going to be wearing masks for the next 100 days. Mask up! Mask up! Melania! Stupid wave. There she is. There goes Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton. What kind of mask is he wearing? There's Hillary. Not Hillary Clinton. That's Chelsea Clinton. There goes Mike Pence. The plane of assholes. The entire Trump family coming down the steps. There they go. Ivanka. You know who's not on there? Mary Trump. She's suing her uncle. Oh. Nah, there's some ugly newscasters on NBC. It's funny. I like the ugly newscasters. There's a guy on CNN. I don't know his name, but he does like these little news facts segments. And I like him a lot. He's a little chubby schlub. I like him. And then there's a bald guy on MSNBC. I think his name's Ari. I like him. And then there's like a sleazy greaseball guy on CNN. I don't know his name. But all his job is he watches Fox News. And then he goes on CNN and he talks about how batshit crazy Fox News is. I like him. And I love Anderson Cooper. I think Anderson Cooper has the greatest hair in the world. I would kill for Anderson Cooper's hair. But he's biased. I know he's biased. But you know that. You know after 8 o'clock, it's a little bit more opinion. Oh, I like Como. I like Chris Como. I know he's on CNN, but he's kind of he. You know, I know his brother's the governor in New York, but he sort of calls it down the middle. Sort of. He'll be tough on Biden. You'll see. Lady Gaga. Oh, before I came on here, I was going around to see what kind of news coverage is going on. And I saw that it was like some, dorky Republican guy he's just a me. He's a YouTuber, but he was wearing a suit, so he thought he was a big shot. I'm not wearing a suit. I'm wearing my t-shirt. And he was trying to talk shit on Biden's inauguration. He's like, oh, and by the time Trump's plane lands, Lady Gaga will be singing the national anthem. Alexa, who sang the national anthem at Donald Trump's inauguration?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, vocalist Beyoncé concluded the ceremony with a performance of the United States national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
Donald Trump's? Oh, is that true?
According to Wikipedia, Donald John Trump is the 45th and current president of the United States. Before entering politics, he was a businessman and television personality. Born and raised in Queens, New York City, Trump attended Fordham University for 2 years and received a bachelor's degree in economics from the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania.
My brother went there. Alexa, who's Jackie Invencho?
According to Wikipedia, Jacqueline Marie Evancho is an American classical crossover singer who gained wide recognition at an early age. Since 2009, she has issued...
That's who sang at Donald Trump's inauguration. Jackie Evancho. Alexa, stop. I think she was on America's Got Talent. And the Trump supporter, the little Republican YouTuber was trying to make fun of Lady Gaga, who, if you haven't seen live, she's fabulous. Yo, Bill Clinton, what are you doing? Yeah, OAN. I have FiOS, and I used to watch it. I've been watching a lot of news lately, but I took a long break for a while. Who's that? Oh, that's the guy who Officer Goodman. He led the people were chasing him up the steps, and Pence was 100 feet that way, and he shoved the guy and made him go that way. And I didn't. Yeah, there was like 100 cops in the wrong direction. I still don't understand why they weren't blocking that doorway. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but here's a conspiracy. I guarantee there's some shenanigans we're going to find out about. Here they come. Who's that? Who's that? There he is. Oh, Doug. I love Doug. That's Kamala Harris and Doug, the first gentleman, is what they call him. And if you haven't seen Kamala Harris's husband on CBS Sunday Morning, and I follow him on Twitter, he just seems like a nice guy. And he's going to be he is a lawyer, and he's going. Oh, Kamala. That's her daughter. Oh, no, that's not her daughter. I don't think she has kids. But anyway, Doug's a good guy. I like. Plus, his name's Doug. How can you not like a guy named Doug? Oh, so anyway, so he was a lawyer, and he's not lawyering in Washington D.C. because he's the vice president's husband. So he's going to be teaching at a college. I think he's going to be teaching at Howard. No, he's going to be teaching at a college in Washington D.C. And Dr. Jill Biden, the president's wife. Oh, doesn't that feel good? She will be a professor at a community college in Washington, D.C. Isn't that amazing that the vice president's wife is going to be teaching a class at a community college? That gives me fucking goosebumps. Just, I don't know. It's just nice. It's just nice to see, like, people, like, remember Michelle had the garden? They took up the garden. They ripped up the goddamn garden, and they got rid of the playground. They had the playground for Obama's kids, and Obama called up Trump, and he goes, yo, I got this playground in the backyard. We'll keep it here for Barron. And Trump goes, no, get rid of it. And it went to some Washington, D.C. daycare. Poor Barron. I wonder what he thinks. Although I see picture, he's like 8'7". He's tall as fuck. Okay, so it's Alexa. How much time till noon?
Noon is in 45 minutes and 39 seconds.
We're almost there. Let's see. Let's go to another goofball conspiracy thing that happened during this presidency. Remember when they were trying to shut down the post office this summer? What the fuck was that? Like, and by the way, now we don't need to shut down the post office. It wasn't, like, after the election, it seemed like the post office, everything was going okay. Mail is really slow. They've really fucked up the mail system. Hopefully we get to fix it back up. But remember that? I got in a fight with family members about that shit. I'm like, he's doing this shit on purpose. And they're like, no, the post office is out of money. And I'm like, what the fuck? You don't even understand how the post office works. It's out of money. And they were like mad. They were mad that the post office was out of money. And they didn't even know the post office was in debt. It's been in debt for almost a decade. They were messing with the post office and taking down mailboxes. I wonder why. Because we were voting by mail during a pandemic. What a fucking... I don't know how many people died unnecessarily because they had to go vote. All right, here we go. Who's this? I don't know who this is. Who's this? And the thing is, everybody's wearing a mask. Thank God. Mitch McConnell. There he is! Alexa! Play Hail to the Chief!
Hail to the Chief, a U.S. Marine band.
Here we go!
Amazon Music.
He's gawking down the halls. This is the same hallways. Those goofball people who stormed the Capitol. This is the same room that those assholes were in. And look who's strutting down it now. My boy. Go get him, Joe. Alexa off. I'm sure you saw Clinton's nose. Clinton can't do anything right. I hate Clinton. How about Melania not taking Joe Biden on the tour? How about... Yeah, remember the inauguration crowd size thing? That was day one. Remember that Sean Spencer guy came out, started yelling at everybody. It was the biggest inauguration period. It wasn't. And it was sad. There's probably more people at Biden's inauguration, and half of them are Army people. Soldiers from our Army protecting them from the supporters of Donald Trump. And that don't tell you that the Army is in Washington, D.C., protecting itself from the supporters of the last president. If that don't tell you something's wrong with that guy, nothing will. Uh-oh, is it snowing or raining? All right, so who's this? Oh, there's Hunter Biden. Oh boy, that evil motherfucker. What'd he do? I don't know. He got an email or something. Even the news reporters are saying, I don't know who the fuck this is. I can't tell. They're all wearing masks. Uh-oh, this guy's playing a horn. He's not wearing his mask. Yo! There they come. Hold on, let's turn this volume up.
And we're going to hear remarks shortly from Senator Roy Blunt of Missouri on behalf of the...
But listen, Joe, his skin is so thin. He's so old, his skin's so thin. He don't, you know, he's all bones.
The United States, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. and Dr. Jill Biden.
Stand for attention, goddammit. All right. Oh, is this nice? It's not over. Alexa, how much time till noon?
Noon is in 40 minutes.
It's not over yet, people. We got 40 minutes. We're almost there. Oh, fuck you, Neil Gorsuch. Yeah, I think they should have, you know what? They should have had a universal color mask. Because what I'm doing now is I'm judging everybody's mask. I'm excited for what we're going to find out what happened in the last 4 years. I'm so excited for the next 3 weeks to see what happens. It's going to be insane what we find out. Or maybe not insane, but it's going to be interesting to see what we find out. Okay, there's Amy Klobuchar. She ran for president.
President Pence, President-elect, Madam Vice President-elect, members of Congress and the judicial branch, former presidents and first ladies, vice presidents, leaders from abroad, and a whole bunch of Bidens. America, welcome to the 59th
Snow. The climate has snow aligned. Oh, okay. Are we getting snow in Philadelphia? I got to go out on YouTube. Oh, I'm not YouTubing today. I'm going to YouTube. Although I'm YouTubing now. I'm going to YouTube tomorrow.
Is the culmination of 244 years of a democracy. It is the moment when leaders brought to this stage by the
Oh, I like that, Joe. I think that's nice. Okay.
To our Constitution, to cherish it and defend it. It is the moment when
unfortunately, I don't know. Biden's old, man, and you ever look at old people and you can tell, like, you know, it's the last lap. I hope he makes it 4 years. I really do. He's a good guy. I hope the stress of the job doesn't kill him. I also think it's embarrassing that this guy worked his whole life in politics. This guy worked his whole life in politics. And I like Joe Biden. I think he's a decent human being. Like, I really think he's like a decent human being. And I think it's sad that, the pandemic being one thing, but I think it's sad that, he can't have an inauguration he deserves, but he can't have an inauguration like nothing like he should get. And the man's a decent man. He deserves something, and he's just going in there for work, and he's not going to really gain anything out of this except probably getting his life shortened because of the stress. Hey Ray, how you doing, buddy? Oh, I don't know. I always I explain presidential elections like cleaning a room. Who's this guy wearing khakis? Who's wearing khakis at the I always explain it to cleaning a room. When George Bush came into America in 2000, the budget was balanced, everything was fine, the room was pretty clean. So Bush came in, and during his first term, the room got a little messy. Not to his fault. I mean, he did start that war that really was wrong. But, 9/11 happened, the nation came together, and the room was messy after his first term. After his second term, the room was trashed. It was bad. You got to spend a week cleaning that room. And Obama cleaned the room, and the room got cleaned again. And then, Trump went in, and he set the fucking room on fire. And now Joe Biden, he's that company that comes in, he gets rid of the smoke smell. I don't know if he can get the room clean. I don't think he's going to get the room clean. And I think everybody expects him to get the room clean. But the room's so fucking messy. I don't think he's... And I also don't think he's going to run for a second term. And I'm worried that automatically Kamala Harris is the next, like, the chosen one. And... that worries me, because I would like there to be a real election for the next person. Because whenever the Democrats pick somebody, it doesn't work out that well.
Our democracy, a country of so much good, and today on these Capitol steps.
No. But let's see, what did Bush do that was good? I mean, I could say things that Bush did was good. He remember he gave us all $300. What else did he do? He did some things. I can't think of anything. Obama did Obamacare. He couldn't really do much because Mitch McConnell is a douchebag. Trump did some stuff in the Middle East that he did some healing in the Middle East. I don't know if it's Trump more than Jared Kushner. What else did Trump do? Well, he built that. Mexico built that wall, and
Well, I should have known when Senator Klobuchar got involved. At least there'd be a touch of snow up here this morning. Of all the things we considered,
he did kill Saddam. But you know what, Joe? He killed. I don't know if killing Saddam is good, but we shouldn't have been in Iraq. It was a fucking lie that we were sent to Iraq. People died. American soldiers died over a lie. There weren't weapons of mass destruction, and that was everybody. I was okay for it because that goofball had weapons of mass destruction. So I was like, go get them. And then they found out, no weapons. I was like, oh boy. And that was the day I registered to be a Democrat. And I voted George W. Bush for president for the second term because the room was messy. And I said, you know what? The room got messy, but he's been in the room, so he can clean the room better than anybody else. And I was wrong.
once again, all three branches of our government come together as the Constitution envisions. Once again, we renew our commitment to our determined democracy, forging a more perfect union. That theme for this inauguration,
This is Roy Blunt's giving a speech.
Forging a more perfect union was announced by the Joint Committee before the election. I
don't care what this guy's saying. Alexa, how much time till noon?
Noon is in 32 minutes and 44 seconds.
Alexa, tell me about Joe Biden's political history.
Here's what I found from Reuters. Democrat Joe Biden will be sworn in as the 46th President of the United States on Wednesday, assuming the helm of a country beset by deep political divides and battered by a raging coronavirus pandemic. Biden, 78, will become the oldest U.S. president in history at a scaled-back ceremony in Washington that has been largely stripped of its usual pomp and circumstance, due both to the coronavirus as well as security concerns following the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol by supporters of outgoing President Donald Trump.
Thank you, Alexa.
The freedoms we have today,
Of course.
the nation we have today, is not here just because it happened.
All right, let's see what else we got
And
going
they
on.
aren't complete. A great democracy working through the successes and failures of our history, striving to be better than it.
All right, we're going to go to NBC News.
Just 2 weeks ago, reminds us that a government designed to balance and check itself is both fragile.
You know, I'm going to say this about Joe Biden.
During the last
You know why he's a good fucking man? And you know, maybe I'm not a good man. I wouldn't have any of those motherfuckers who said my election wasn't valid. I wouldn't have any of those motherfuckers on stage with me. I would say, fuck you. And you know what? He's really trying to heal the country. And I wish he knew that it's going to be impossible. But I guess it's better to treat people with dignity than to call them Sleepy Joe and fucking Pocahontas. So, you know, like I say, he's a better fucking man than me, because I can't believe fucking Ted Cruz is there, that fucking scumbag with that ugly beard. How do you support a guy who calls your wife ugly, who fucking says your dad killed JFK, how do you support? I don't know.
But this is not a moment of division, it's a moment of unification. A new administration begins and brings with it a new beginning. And with that, our great
All right, and there's...
goes forward. And
You know, this kind of feels like a religious ceremony. It kind of reminds me of church. Like, there's a ceremony, and then there's a thing, and then, you know, it's like we're building up to communion. That's what we're building up to. So right now we're at the first homily. So it's the first not the homily, the first reading. There's a first reading, then there's some prayers, then there's a second reading, and then we start doing the church. I think that's how it goes.
It's snowing.
I know.
Here.
Isn't it ironic that snowflakes are attending Joe Biden's inauguration? I don't think it's weird. Who's this guy? This guy's... Oh, I love it. They got this big dude. He wipes down the counter after everybody talks. Yeah, he said Ted Cruz was the Zodiac Killer. Will they light candles? Light candles for what? I don't know. I don't think so.
Gracious and merciful God, at this sacred time we come before you in indeed on our knees. But we come still more with hope.
What? Jesus, you won. Oh, I don't know. No, they're not at Mass now. Maybe. Jesus, you won. Can't you ever be happy in victory? Yes. Yes, I'm being very happy in victory. You know what this is? This is me spiking the fucking football after 4 years of nonsense and tomfoolery going on in my fucking country. I am spiking. Watch this. I'm doing the fucking icky shuffle. What do you think of that? It's been the longest 4 years of my fucking life. And I've been so fucking angry and so fucking disappointed in my fellow Americans. And I am so fucking happy today. So, yes, I'm very happy in victory. And I think everybody, even if you don't fucking... If you're not happy today, I don't know what to tell you. The people who support the last guy stormed our Capitol. So...
Be eminently useful to your people. Today we confess our past failures
Oh, Joe, it's if you're not, you got to be happy today. You got to be happy today. I'm not happy yet. Alexa, how much time till noon?
Noon is in 27 minutes and 32 seconds.
We got 27 minutes left. Look, I'm not going to be happy till 27 minutes are up. Until the nuclear code, that nuclear bomb, is away from him. Because I can just, you know what? I don't think I want the world to go on without me. I don't think he'll do that, but it's a possibility. And until that possibility's done,
It is called love, and its path is to give ever more of itself. Today, it is called American.
don't worry. Ray, it is you gun people. Listen, you got your guns. They're not going anywhere. Your guns aren't going anywhere. There are too many guns to get rid of. Don't you realize that? The NRA's bankrupt. You might lose an assault rifle. And quite honestly, I don't know. Do you need a machine gun to kill people? I don't think you do. So you might lose a machine gun, but you're going to have all the guns you want. They're not taking away guns. It's America. And there's too many guns to take in. It's out of control. Your guns are going to be fine. Except if you want to buy an AR-15. Wah, you can't buy it. But you can make a plastic gun now. You can make a gun off a digital printer, my buddy was telling me.
Has reminded us how important it is to dream together. By ourselves,
But no ammo. You can buy your ammo now. Buy your ammo now. Why didn't you buy your ammo? I guess because you thought the election was stolen. But why didn't you buy your ammo the last fucking 3 months when the election was over? We knew this election. You should have bought your ammo. You can buy your ammo now. Your ammo ain't going nowhere. Believe me, they ain't worried about the Second Amendment right now. I don't know if you saw the news, but there's a fucking virus. They're going to take care of that first. But they're not worried about guns right now. There's other things to worry about.
to the glory of your name, forever. Amen.
Buy seeds. Buy all the fuck. They got them at the dollar store. No, Will. I'm not going to try to buy bullets. I don't give a. If you can't buy bullets now, I don't know what to tell you. Order them online. You can't order them online? Wah. You should have bought them a while ago. It's not Joe Biden's fault you can't buy bullets today. He didn't tell the bullet people to stop making bullets today. He was a nobody today. So anything that's happening now, you can't buy your bullets now? Remember, you couldn't buy them when Trump was president. Here we go. Who's this? Uh-oh. I love that. It's the steps and the all that scaffolding that those goofball rioters. I love that this is happening there. It's the gun. Will. Yeah, but Will, that's not Joe Biden's fault. Joe Biden isn't making the bullets expensive. That's not. Just remember that when you know it's right. But Ray, realize that it's hard to find that shit today. Not when Joe Biden. When you go, oh, Joe Biden took away my bullets. Your bullets were missing during the beginning of the pandemic. That's when all the bullets. I remember all the lines outside the gun stores. I don't know what the fuck you people were thinking that was going to happen. Although I thought about buying a gun for the first time in my life. Who's this? Lady Gaga! Yo, Alexa, who's the girl from America's Got Talent that sang the national anthem?
Here's something I found on the web. According to dailypress.com, Jackie Evancho, the 16-year-old
Jackie Evancho? Lady Gaga. I know it's not a... Alexa, stop. I saw something that Melania Trump was mad, or Donald Trump was mad at the star power that Biden got. But that's how it goes. The Democrats get the stars. And that also is a double-edged sword, because you get the goofball celebrities talking about their politics, and people go, I don't want to hear about you, goofball celebrity. I don't give a fuck about who Who? I mean, I'm thinking Kanye West right now off the top of my head. She got a gold mic and everything. Go ahead, Gaga. Sing it, Gaga. Are you guys standing? Make sure you stand. Oh, come on, Gaga. It's not about you, baby. Wrap it up. She sang this at the national anthem. It was under 2 minutes. It better not be over 2 minutes, Gaga. Oh. Are you kidding me with this? Oh, every word she's enunciating. Oh, what is she trying to be, an opera singer? Oh. Yeah, what's Jackie Evencho doing today? We can get her in there. She might be all right. That was quick, I bet you. Oh. Oh, she hit my heart right there. Oh no, she did a really good. Oh, she made me look like a jerk off talking shit. She gave me goosebumps. Go ahead, Gaga, you do it, girl. I'm sorry. She did that on purpose. You go, girl. Go ahead, Gaga. Roar! I'm a monster. Yo, when they said that the flag was still there, she turned around and she pointed at that flag. That gave me goosebumps because. Remember 2 weeks ago, a bunch of people with flags, not many American flags, a lot of the flags, there were some American flags, a lot of flags said Trump 2020. Remember they took the one flag out of the thing and they put the window washing machine, they climbed up the scaffolding, they took out the American flag and put Trump 2020 there. What do you do? Why does she wear that goofball dress?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the city of South Fulton, Georgia Fire and Rescue Department, President of the International Association of Firefighters, Local 3920, Fire Captain Andrea.
You should, and then go your CCW down to Spring Garden just for the hell of it. It had mine from back in the Rendell days. No, I'm not going to get it. I'm bipolar. I get suicidal. I can't have a gun around me.
And to the republic for which it stands, one
oh.
Under God.
Indivisible.
With liberty.
Oh, that's a big deal. You see that finger flicking? She just did the finger flicking for the Pledge of Allegiance. And during the coronavirus, when Trump was doing his conferences, there was no finger flicking, and deaf people talk a different language than people who can hear. So they didn't know, they can't read the TV. It doesn't make sense to them the way their sentences structured. So my cousin, she finger flicks in Washington D.C. She finger flicks for the big shots sometimes, and she was telling me, "Yo, this is a big fucking deal that he's not finger flicking." And during these conferences, because nobody knows what the hell he's saying. So then somebody else would watch the press conference and finger flick it and post it on YouTube so people could see it. So that means a lot to have somebody finger flick doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
Gaga made me cry.
Gaga made me cry. She gave me goosebumps. What, was she pointed to the flag? Yeah, that bitch knew. That bitch knew. Yeah. No, I have verbal tics. I have verbal tics that I say over and over again. Is probably my profound verbal tic. And usually it's something in my brain. When I see something that's not normal or something's a little off, I automatically think, I've been saying it for... Hold on.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely
I would hate to do that. I would hate to do the, repeat after me, because I would fuck that up. What do you want me to say? I pledge. I just say there's a bunch of stuff. When I get really, really full of anxiety, like really, really nervous, I sigh a lot. And when I get really, really depressed or really, really worried, I sigh about every 5-10 minutes. And like I'll be laying in bed and I just sigh. And usually the way it works is because I'm bipolar, I got this thing of like racing thoughts. I always have thoughts. I never am not thinking about what's next, what's going on, I never have any peace in my mind. Alexa, how much time till noon?
Noon is in 16 minutes and 23 seconds.
But whenever I have a bad thought come up, I sigh. Who's this? Who's this? Oh, it's J-Lo.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Is that J-Lo? Yeah, wouldn't you like to be...
I don't know that.
Alexa, I'm not talking to you.
Sorry, I thought I heard my name.
Oh, here she comes. Oh, you know what? Who wore it better, Gaga or J-Lo? J-Lo wore it fine. J-Lo's. Honestly, J-Lo or Gaga, who would you?
Gaga was patriotic, had her little peace dove, and was all America, America. J-Lo's coming out here like, it's a woman's turn, bitch.
Oh, okay.
She's got the suffragette white on.
Oh.
Not only can we vote, but we can run this shit.
Bruce Springsteen should be singing this. Oh, okay. That's why, because the lady got sworn in. We got a woman vice president. Wow. You know, I was thinking about something. This is really sad, but I saw a picture of all the presidents and how they're all men. And I was watching some lady be interviewed. That's how sexist I am, some lady. I was watching some lady be interviewed, and she said, you know, when you look at these people, and it's all white men or all men, women think sometimes they can't get those jobs. And I go, oh, holy shit, that's how they see it. I'm 44. And I just, like, Sunday morning, I figured that out. I was going to go down there. I should have gone down. I didn't think anything would happen. But they were saying they had to vet 25,000 National Guard troops to make sure they weren't, like, in any, like, crazy groups and they would go rogue and shoot. So when they said that, I was like, oh, I don't know if I don't want to be beginning of the Civil War. I don't want to be there. I think we're going to make it. I think he's going to be okay. And then within an hour from now, our environmental standards will change. Thank fucking God. They're going to try to get those kids back with their parents at the Mexican border. I don't know how the fuck you do that. I don't know how you ask a 2-year-old. Uh-oh. Hey, at ease, Damon. Oh, okay. Alexa, how much time till noon?
Noon is in 12 minutes and 47 seconds.
All right. Look, I'm not going to be comfortable till another 12. Look. You know, if I was a foreign country, I think that this would have been the best time to attack America, right? Because what was going on the last 2 weeks? What was running the ship? I mean, you didn't know what was going on. Especially, right now, the nuclear football is going to be at 2 places for the first time in American history. Because what usually happens is there a peaceful transition to power. The president-elect and the president of the United States are usually together. And usually the guy with the football, they go, okay, I swear in I'm the president. Then the football guy, he just takes a step over to the next guy. But the king of Mar-a-Lago, he's down there now. So now the football. Oh, here they go. Yeah, thanks, Ray. No, the Gaga one was good. The Gaga one was good. I didn't pay attention to J-Lo. I was talking to you. It's a shame. You know what Joe Biden said? He said his son, Beau, he thinks he should have ran this time for president, Beau, because he was a soldier and a senator or Congress. You know who I'm thinking about right now? You ever see that stupid girl when Trump got sworn in and she was on her knees crying? No! No! I'm thinking about her right now. And I wonder what she... By the way, she was 100% right. I felt the same way she did internally. I didn't verbalize. I didn't scream like she... I did go into a depression. I'm actually tearing up a little bit. I remember when Trump gave his speech as president, after his speech, George Bush looked over at Michelle Obama and said, wow, that was some weird shit. Yeah. Hey, we made it, Denise. Well, I guess it's it, right? It's done. They say at noon. Oh, I don't think it's an oath thing. I think it's a... No, I think it's a time thing. No, the oath is just a ceremony. It's the time. So I'm not comfortable yet. Oh, are they doing a moment of silence? Did I mute the moment of silence? Alexa, how much time till noon?
Noon is in 8 minutes and 38 seconds.
They're definitely doing a moment of silence. And well, I'm not there, so I can talk. There she is. Sotomayor. Amy Klobuchar. Biden. Oh, look. They got to keep him. He's like in a Pope mobile. Yeah.
My fellow Americans, a moment we have all been waiting for. It is now my
Good. I'm glad that you're free of hope.
and high honor to be the first person to officially
Are you sure?
introduce the 46th President of the United States, Joseph R.
Right. If you're really feeling stressed about him being president, or not, Manna. If he scares you, there's something fucking wrong with you. By the way, I would say I kind of lean a little socialist with my views. And he is the least socialist Democrat. He wasn't my first choice. He wasn't my first choice. I don't even know if he was my second choice.
Vice President Pence, my distinguished guests, my fellow Americans, this is America's day. This is democracy's day.
All right.
A day of history and hope.
Good.
Renewal and resolve. Through a crucible for the ages, America has been tested anew, and America has risen to the challenge. Today, we celebrate the triumph not of a candidate, but of a cause, the cause of democracy. The people, the will of the people has been heard, and the will of the people has been heeded. We've learned again that democracy is precious. Democracy is fragile.
There he is.
At this hour, my friends, democracy has prevailed.
Oh, it's my reflection of me.
On this hallowed ground, where just a few days ago, violence sought
How'd
to
you
shake
watch
the
Joe
Capitol's
Biden's
very
speech?
foundation.
Some
We come
YouTuber held his
together as
computer
one
to his
nation,
iPad.
under God, indivisible, to carry out the peaceful transfer of power as we have for more than 2 centuries. As we look ahead in our uniquely American way, restless, bold, optimistic, and set our
You know what I'm
sights
gonna miss? I'm gonna miss
on the nation we know we can be and we
You ever
must
see
be.
when Trump goes off script? He would add like stupid little adjectives, and they're like, we have medical masks coming, and they're great masks. They're beautiful masks. He always like, there goes Hillary.
And I know the resilience of our Constitution and the strength of our nation, as does President Carter, who I spoke with last night, who cannot be with us today, but whom we salute for his lifetime in service.
Jimmy Carter's a good man.
Taking the sacred oath, each of those patriots.
I don't know how he was as a president. I wasn't alive. I know that the country went to shit when he was president, but I don't know if that was his fault
The
or.
American story depends not on any one of us, not on some of us, but on all of us, on we the people who seek a more perfect union. This is a great nation. We are good people.
Right.
And over the centuries, through storm and strife, in peace and in war, we've come so far. But we still have...
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think the gas lines happened. Trump did the same thing. There was definitely bullets fired as he was president. Jimmy Carter, not a U.S. troop, did not fire one bullet when he was president. That's something.
Few people in our nation's history have been more challenged or found a time more challenging or difficult than the time we're in now.
Right.
Once in a century virus that silently stalks the country. It's taken as many lives in 1 year as America lost in all of World War II.
Wow.
Millions of jobs have been lost. Hundreds of thousands of businesses closed.
Oh, the Capitol's
Crying
empty.
for racial justice, some 400 years in the making, moves us. The dream of justice for all will be deferred no longer.
This is probably the most expensive inauguration in the history of America. And it's crazy because it's going to be the least attended inauguration in the history of America.
Desperate or any more clear. And now, a rise of political extremism, white supremacy, domestic terrorism that we must confront and we will defeat.
Right.
To overcome these challenges, to restore the soul and secure the future of America, requires so much more than words. It requires the most elusive of all things in a democracy.
All right, Joe, let's wrap it up. We got work to do, Joe.
Unity. In another January, on New Year's Day in 1863,
and signed the Emancipation Proclamation. When they put pen to paper, the president said, and I quote, "If my name ever goes down into history, it'll be for this act, and my whole soul is in it."
Wow. I guess Lincoln didn't know he would be known as the president from the Civil War. I mean, that's...
January day, my whole soul is in this. Bringing America together, uniting our people, uniting
You got to have... To bring the nation together, you got to have both sides saying, hey, let's work on this. And I don't think that's a possibility, Joe. I'm sorry, buddy. I wish you hope you can, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Resentment and hatred, extremism, lawlessness, violence, disease, joblessness, and hopelessness. With unity, we can do great things, important things. We can right wrongs. We can put people to work in good jobs. We can teach our children in safe schools.
I would definitely say Jimmy Carter's a better human. I don't know how he was as president, but he's a good guy. Jimmy Carter's a good fuck. He's building houses in his 90s. Come on, dude. That's a good man. He ain't got to do that.
I know speaking of unity can sound to some like a foolish fantasy these days.
Yeah.
I know the forces that divide us are deep and they are real. But I also know they are not new. Our history has been a constant struggle.
We couldn't put some hairspray in this fucking hair?
That we're all created equal, and the harsh, ugly reality that racism, nativism, fear, demonization have long torn us apart.
The cameraman should do Biden a favor. Just put the camera down 2 inches so we don't see those crazy hairs. He's got like a Dennis the Menace cowlick. Oh, no.
Through struggle, sacrifice, and setbacks, our better angels have always prevailed. In each of these moments, enough of us have come together to carry all of us forward. And we can do that now.
Yeah.
History, faith, and reason show the way.
I think this might be the first time in American history that we have 2 presidents who had comb-overs back to back. I think Biden has hair plugs. I will never understand the mystery of Donald Trump's hair.
Stop the shouting and lower the temperature. For without unity, there is no peace, only bitterness and fury.
Alexa, what time is it?
The time is noon.
Outrage.
Yay! Oh, I swear to God. Oh. Isn't that nice? We did it, guys. He didn't blow us up. I really...
States of America. If we do that, I guarantee you we will not fail.
Okay.
We have never, ever, ever, ever failed in America. We've acted together. And so today, at this time, in this place, let's start afresh.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Let's begin to listen to one another again. Hear one another.
There's Doug.
See one another. Show respect to one another.
Right.
Politics doesn't have to be a raging fire.
Right.
Destroying everything in its path. Every disagreement doesn't have to be a cause for total war.
You know, JFK was the first president not to wear a hat during his inauguration.
Are manipulated and even manufactured.
You can't retort facts with people who live in a fictitious world, Joe. You can't dispute facts with people who think this election was stolen. It's never going to happen. People stormed the Capitol 2 weeks ago because they really believed the election was stolen from Donald Trump. He's talking about healing the nation. I'm a realist. You can't get the people. 2 weeks ago, people were so angry. They stormed the fucking Capitol. And now we're going to be okay with each other? I don't think we're going to be. I don't think we're going. I hope we are, but we're not going to be. Believe me, we're not going to be.
Thousands of protesters tried to block brave women marching for the right to vote. And today, we mark the swearing in of the first woman in American history elected to national office, Vice President Kamala Harris. Don't tell me things can't change. Here we stand, across the Potomac from Arlington Cemetery, where heroes who gave the last full measure of devotion rest in eternal peace. And here we stand, just days after a riotous mob thought they could use violence to silence the will of the people.
It's, man, here's the thing. Trump is out of power. Trump is gone. There is no more Trump, right? There's no more Trump as president. Donald Trump, the man, will still be around. And Donald Trump is going to have a lot of blind loyalists who see him do nothing wrong go along with him. So the world is a little bit better because he's out of power. Unfortunately, his crazed supporters who stormed the Capitol still exist. And I don't think they can go from 2 weeks ago storming the Capitol to going, oh, you know what? This election was great. And it's all lies that were spread by Ted Cruz and that holy guy who fist pumped those people who stormed our Capitol. Those assholes hurt this country almost as much as Donald Trump did, and they're still fucking there. So
Disagreement must not lead to disunion.
that's my problem with Democrats. Democrats, we act like fucking pussies sometimes. Sometimes you gotta hulk up and drop a big boot. But I guess all Trump has been doing was hulking up and dropping boots. I guess you need to slow it down a little bit.
Many centuries ago,
Joe, I agree with you. I don't understand how it's not a treasonous act to chant "hang the vice president" while you're storming the Capitol. I don't. Alexa, what does treason mean?
Treason is usually defined as the offense of acting to overthrow one's government or to harm or kill its sovereign. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for treason.
No, that's enough. Yeah, that was treason.
honor, and yes, the truth. Recent weeks and months have taught us a painful lesson. There is truth and there are lies. Lies told for power and for profit. And each of us has a duty and a responsibility as citizens, as Americans, and especially as leaders. Leaders who have pledged to honor our Constitution and protect our nation.
Yo, is Bill Clinton falling asleep? Fucking Bill Clinton can't do anything right. Fuck Bill Clinton, man.
I understand.
What was he up doing? It's noon, Bill Clinton. How the fuck are you tired at noon? Uncle Joe's awake. Huh? He's fucking 80.
I understand, like my dad, they lay at bed staring at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering, can I keep my health care? Can I pay my mortgage? Thinking about their families, about what comes next. I promise you, I get it. But the answer is not to turn inward, to retreat into competing factions, distrusting those who don't look like you, or worship the way you do, or don't get their news from the same sources you do.
Right.
We must end this uncivil war that pits red against blue.
Right.
Rural versus urban.
Or
rural versus urban.
That's all right. Yo, he has a stutter. He has a stutter. Leave him alone.
We can do this if we open our souls.
That's all right.
Instead of hardening our hearts.
Yeah.
If we show a little tolerance and humility.
You ever see that movie, The King's Speech? He had a stutter.
Stand in the other person's shoes, as my mom would say, just for a moment.
Oh, I love that. He always talks about his mom and dad and his grandpa. My grandpa said when I was going down to the hill, you be careful, Joe, and you love America. All right, Grandpa.
Some days, when you need a hand, there are other days when we're called to lend a hand. That's how it has to be. This is what we do for one another.
Wow, ask not what you could do for your country.
This way, our country will be stronger, more prosperous, more ready for the future. And we can still disagree. My fellow Americans, in the work ahead of us, we're going to need each other. We need all our strength to persevere through this dark winter. We're entering what may be the toughest and deadliest period of the virus.
Yeah. Ain't that a fucking shame?
And finally face this pandemic as one nation.
Rosario and Booker, they got... I met Booker.
I promise you this. As the Bible says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. We will get through.
I'll tell you the difference between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Joe Biden he's read at least one page of the Bible. You know what? The thing that's something I don't like about Joe. He's so religious, man. He's like uber Catholic.
So here's my message to those beyond our borders. America has been tested, and we've come out stronger for it. We will repair our alliances and engage with the world once again. Not to meet yesterday's challenges, but today's and tomorrow's challenges. And we'll lead not merely by the example of our power, but by the power of our example.
Yeah, they're showing the National Guard who are watching the speech, and there's like 6 of them down with the tweeting.
Progress and security. Look, you all know we've been through so much in this nation. And my first act as president, I'd like to ask you to join me in a moment of silent prayer. Remember all those who we lost in this past year to the pandemic.
Yeah, well, it's not that he will hold the Bible upside down. I don't give a fuck if you hold the Bible upside down, sideways, set it on fire. It doesn't mean anything to me. I'll tell you what Joe Biden won't do. He won't shoot rubber bullets and shoot protesters with gas so he could take a picture to hold the Bible upside down. He won't do that. But he might hold the Bible upside down. You know, he's human. He's really human. So, you know, he's not going to make flubs like Trump. You know, he's not going to say shit like grab it like a pussy, but he's going to slip up, and it's all right.
We face an attack on our democracy and on truth. A raging virus, growing inequity, the sting of systemic racism, a climate in crisis, America's...
And he's man.
Any one of these
Exactly. He's right. And that's the thing that worries me about the next 4 years is people are going to expect a lot of this guy, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He's got 2 years. The first 2 years we got the Senate, we got the Congress. They're going to impeach Trump. He's going to be impeached.
We will be judged, you and I.
Because the Republican Party, you can't have him run the Republican Party for the next 4 years. And Mitch McConnell and all the other Republicans, they don't want that shit no more. They got the 3 Supreme Court justices. They got judges all around the nation now, right? They're good. And I don't think they're going to be in power for a while anyway. But it depends. It depends on who the Democrats run. Democrats fuck up shit. So if I have to, I'll run. Well, I'll run for president. No problem.
That might sound something like a song that means a lot to me. It's called American Anthem. There's one verse that stands out, at least for me, and it goes like this. The work and prayers of century have brought us to this day. What shall be our legacy? What will our children say? Let me know in my heart when my days are through. America, America, I gave my best to you. Let's us add our own work and prayers to the unfolding story of our great nation. If we do this, then when our days are through...
Yo, has he bragged about himself yet? He hasn't even bragged about himself yet. Yeah, you gotta brag about yourself, Joe. That's what the president does. He brags.
My fellow Americans, I close the day where I began, with the sacred oath. Before God and all of you, I give you my word. I will always level with you. I will defend the Constitution I'll defend our democracy. I'll defend America. And will give all of you, keep everything I do in your service, thinking not of power, but of possibilities, not of personal interest, but the public good. And together, we shall write an American story.
Are they going to keep that Trump hotel open in Washington, D.C. now? I bet you they don't. I bet you that hotel closes down because they don't need people to stay there anymore. I wonder. Watch that. Watch that.
May this be the story that guides us, the story that inspires us, and the story that tells.
You know what he's going to do right after the speech? He's going up those steps, and he's going to sign a bunch of fucking papers, and we're in the Paris Accord treatment, and we're going to be doing the environmental shit again. That shit separating the kids at the borders, done. Some environmental shit. It's really important, man. The national park has an... When Trump became president, the park rangers had to come up with an alt-park ranger Twitter handle because they wouldn't let people... They wouldn't let the park rangers tweet about shit. And it all started with the inauguration pictures.
Thank you, America.
I know I talked halfway through that, but it was a good speech. How long was that? That's a goddamn shame. He's bald as fuck in the back, and those back hairs kept sticking up the entire speech.
The United States, the oldest man ever to assume the presidency at 78 years old, delivering a speech on themes of unity.
It's going to be good in 2 days. I'm going to watch the news today, but I think that's it. I think that's it. We're done. I ain't got to watch the news 24 fucking 7.
He noted that democracy has prevailed, noting the attack on the Capitol 2 weeks ago. He says there's been an attack on democracy and the truth.
Oh, here comes Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks now will perform.
Oh. You know who played Trump's? The guy who sang, I'm proud to be an American. That guy. Oh, he's singing Amazing Grace. Uh-oh. They got that country boy in there for a reason. Oh, well, we got Garth Brooks. Oh, he ain't that bad. That's what they think people are saying. That's not working. Pete Buttigieg is now the Department of Transportation guy. And that may not sound like something, but that's going to be really, really good because they're going to start building bullet trains. Joe Biden's got a hard on for trains. And with Pete Buttigieg, I want a bullet train, goddammit.
If I can ask you to sing this last verse with me, not just the people here, but the people at home.
Oh, okay, Garth.
As one, united.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Garth Brooks told you to sing, goddammit. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Whoa. was lost. Is that blind? But now I don't know the fucking words of this song. Why you got me this one bitch? She looks like she's hanging out at the Eagles game. Got a blanket. Oh, it's 50 degrees. It ain't that cold. Throw some long johns on. Oh, he almost snubbed Kamala. And Kamala's like, yo, shake my fucking hand, bitch.
Brooks performing for the crowd there over the on the west front of the Capitol, where moments ago we heard the inauguration speech by President Biden. We'll get used to saying that now. President Biden.
It's a new era and a new day in Washington as the Constitution decreed at 12 noon the term of the prior president ends. And the prior
President Biden. Oh. You know, it felt goofy saying President Trump. Just because he was the Howard Stern guy. It always felt weird, right? President Trump. I always just said Trump. You know, Oprah Winfrey. Not Oprah Winfrey. Who's that goofball? Whoopi Goldberg. She's got that show, The View. She didn't say Trump the entire time he was president. She called him 45. What a goofball. That's because that's how mature people handle it. I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to call him 45. This is 46. Uh-oh. Who's this guy? Here comes the wiper. What do you do for a living? Oh, I wipe the virus off shit. He's a big guy, too. I guess you need a big guy to get up there, get all the tall... Oh, who's this lady? Uh-oh. Amanda Gorma receipts poem. She's going to recites poem, not receipts.
Mr. President, Dr. Biden, Madam Vice President, Mr. Emhoff, Americans...
Oh, we're calling... That's how we're doing it. You're calling him by his last name, Mr. Emhoff.
Where can we find light in this never-ending shade?
Oh, no.
The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the
What is this?
We've learned that quiet isn't always peace, and the norms and notions of what just isn't always just is. And yet the dawn is hours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. We, the successors of a country and a time where a skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one. And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge our union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide.
Whose highlights? The girl reading the poem?
We must first
got...
put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this
Alexa
is true. That even as we grieved, we grew. That even as we hurt.
Who read the poem at Trump's inauguration?
We tried that will forever be tied together, victorious.
Andrew Dice Clay. Roses are red, violets are blue. Get out!
Scripture tells us to envision that everyone shall sit under the.
Well, everybody stop talking about religion, for Christ's sakes. Everybody, God. What? Say beautiful. It's nice.
That is the promised glade, the hill we climb, if only we dare it, because being American is.
Look at all these empty seats. Who are these assholes that didn't show up?
It's the past we step into and how we repair it. We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it, would destroy our country if it meant delaying democracy. and this effort very nearly succeeded. But while democracy can be...
I don't think, if what happened in Washington 2 weeks ago, what would have happened? Nothing. What would have Biden still would have became president, even if they killed everybody in that building. Biden still would become president. It doesn't matter. I always think about that when I see him talking about hanging Mike Pence and where's Nancy Pelosi. I was like, you're going to kill them, but they got people to fill in the spots. Don't worry about that.
And laughter to ourselves. So, while once we asked, how could we
I tell you what, the lady reading the poem, sport coat shirt. I saw Bernie Sanders wearing mittens earlier.
Catastrophe possibly prevail over us? We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free. We will not be turned around or interrupted by intimidation, because we know our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation.
All right, you got to play this girl out.
Their burdens, but one thing is certain.
He's got work to do, hon. He's got, I don't know if you watched the last 4 years. He's got to go fix all that shit now. Let's wrap up the poem. He's got to go be president now.
Our children's birthright. So let us
Look at Bill Clinton. What's he doing? Yo, Bill Clinton, pick your head up. Jesus fucking Christ.
We will raise this wounded world into a wondrous one. We will rise from the gold-limbed hills of the west. We will rise from the wind-swept northeast, where our forefathers first realized revolution. We will rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the Midwestern states. We will rise from the sun-baked south. We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover in every known nook of our nation, in every corner called our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered.
Where could you stand if I should have gone now. Now I'm thinking I should have gone. God damn it. See, that fear of a civil war. You live scared, you can't live.
Brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.
Her name is Amanda Gorman. She is 22 years old.
22? Wow. I couldn't guess her age. There was a saying. They say black don't crack. And I mean, that's a real true saying. So she looked like a young 22-year-old girl. She could have been a 46-year-old woman. Oh, my God. Here comes another prayer.
African Methodist Episcopal Church in Wilmington, Delaware, a friend of President Biden for 30 years.
Biden asked this guy to give his prayer. And he said, hey, if you have nothing going on that day, would you mind? This is how Biden said it to him. If you have nothing going on the day I'm getting inaugurated, would you mind giving the prayer? And he was like, what the hell do you think I got going on the day you get? I would cancel. I would miss my mother's surgery.
As a nation and people of faith gathered in
oh, this guy. Look at this guy.
Let us unite in prayer. God, we gather under the beauty of your holiness and the holiness of your beauty. We seek your face, your smile, your warm embrace. We petition you once more in this celebration. We pray for divine favor upon our President, Joseph R. Biden, and our First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, and their family. We further ask
Dr. Jill Biden.
You would extend the same favor upon our Vice President, Kamala D. Harris, and our second gentleman, Doug Emhoff.
I love it. Second gentleman.
More than ever, they in our nation need you.
You know what I like about this? It ain't one of those evangelical goofballs. You ever see those wackadoos that trumpets in the office? And all these wackadoos would put their hands on them thinking they were giving God's power to Donald Trump or some shit. I don't know what they were thinking. Ain't none of these wackadoos. Where's the pillow guy?
The lonely, the least,
Where's the pillow guy? I got the pillow guy in here. Oh, pillow guy. Where you at? They took his pillows out of like 10 fucking stores. I love it. I'll probably buy one now. They'll probably be on clearance.
In discovering our humanity, we will seek the good in and for all our neighbors. We will love the unlovable. Remove the stigma of the so-called untouchables. We will care for our most vulnerable, our children, the elderly, emotionally challenged, and the poor. We will seek rehabilitation.
I'm emotionally damaged, so I'm good.
We'll extend opportunity to those locked out of opportunity. We will make friends of our enemies. We will make friends of our enemies.
Oh, we said that twice.
People, your people, shall no longer raise up weapons against one another. We will rather use our resources for the national good and become a beacon of life and goodwill to the world. And neither shall we learn hatred anymore. We will lie down in peace and not make our neighbors afraid. In you, O God, we discover our humanity. In our humanity, we discover our commonness. Beyond the difference of color, creed, origin, political party, ideology, geography, and personal preferences, we'll become greater stewards of your environment, preserving the land, reaping from it a sustainable harvest, and securing its wonder and miracle-giving power for generations to come. This is our benediction, that from these hallowed grounds, where slaves labored to build this shrine and citadel to liberty.
Oh, is that true? I didn't know that. Slaves built the Capitol? Oh, I guess, yeah, it's Virginia. Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Who recently received their citizenship.
Wow, holy shit. Ain't that something?
Those whose foreparents came from Europe.
Think about that. 18?
From the wealthy to those struggling to make it.
The vice president 150 years ago. Holy shit. That's amazing. I mean, it's sad, but it's amazing. Isn't that? I mean, goddamn.
As such, teach us, oh God, to live in it.
All right.
Love in it. Be healed in it.
All right.
And reconcile.
All right, he's got work to do. Let's wrap it up.
Lest we miss kingdom's goal.
He's got work to do.
To your glory, majesty, dominion, and power forever. Hallelujah.
Ho ho!
Glory, hallelujah. In the strong name of our collective faith. Amen.
Oh, I like that he said that, our collective faith. And he didn't say in the name of our God. He said, I like that. Very respectful to other people's. And he fist bumped. He fist bumped everybody. Garth Brooks had to shake everybody's hands. Not that the priest. Uh-oh, what's this? Oh, I think the band's playing them off. Here he comes. Oh, that guy lost his flag. Oh, it's tagged. Oh, shit. Hold your flag up higher.
And that concludes the inauguration.
Oh, no, it's sad. You can see where they taped over the tarp where those goofballs ripped it up 2 weeks ago.
Social distancing.
Oh, is that a Space Force flag? All right, we can stop Space Force in about 2 minutes, right? Is Space Force staying? Alexa, are we keeping Space Force?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Are we keeping Space Force? Is that really a fucking thing?
Terrific speech, and I think Lester will be
I'd rather not answer that.
I want answers.
has prevailed. The new president is talking about the last 4 years as a period where there were attacks on democracy.
Okay, well, listen, guys, we made it. I'm very happy that we didn't have to report on any violence or craziness. That, you know, I'm very sad that I thought there might have been chaos and anarchy at my president's inauguration. But thank God that didn't happen. You know why that didn't happen? because there's 25,000 National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C. because a bunch of goofballs tried to get the game show hosts another 4 years. And for the life of me, you can't tell me what the fuck. 4 more years of what? Of what? Mask, no mask, and science denying, and climate change, and anti-gays, and anti-women judges getting inaugurated, put in benches, sleazeball people saying the fucking election was stolen. I'm angry. I'm an angry guy. I'm not as nice. I'm not as good of a guy as our president is. I'm not as good of a guy as Joe Biden is. Last 4 years have been fucking horrible. It's been nothing but fucking bullshit. I stopped talking to fucking family members, not because we disagreed politically. It's just I knew that what happened January 6th, I knew was going to happen. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know if eventually people would have stormed for Donald Trump no matter what. 4 years, 8 years. He probably would have gone for another 4 years. Just my opinion. I'm just a water ice salesman, so don't listen to me. But stupid posts, dumb memes, fucking ugly red hats. I can't wear a fucking Phillies hat sometimes because I don't want people to think it's a MAGA hat from behind and have them bash me in the fucking head. Not that people do that, but I worry. I have anxiety, so I worry about a bunch of goofy things. So that's why, I mean, lately I just wear the Reading Terminal hat because I don't want to wear, I usually like to wear a Phillies hat. So, hey, I got to admit something to you, Ray. I have a transgender son. I have a transgender son. And I don't like anyway. People are talking about fucking Dr. Levine and being looking like a football player and all that shit. The only people that lost their fucking rights during this last asshole president were transgender people. They can no longer serve in the military. I think that's going to end at noon. I try not to talk about my kid that much because it's his personal business. I don't think Dr. Levine did anything. What did she tell us to do? Wear masks and close businesses? Yeah, we were supposed to. Florida and Arizona are California. I don't know how California is so fucking out of control, but they're going to Arlington Cemetery right after this fucking this thing's over. They're going to Arlington next, and then there's some more parties. But right now, what he's doing is he's the Paris Accord treatment, all kinds of shit. Done. All done. All right, well, that's it. It's fucking over. I don't care if she's trans. I'm talking about when she pulled her mom out of a home and put COVID people in them. Ain't cool. No, that's not cool. That's not cool. I didn't know she did that. That's not cool. I thought you were talking about her being trans, which most people attacked about her. Yeah, that's bad. But totals.